All right, let's talk about Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders, who lost the game against a really good Baltimore Ravens team. And I'll probably make a video on the Ravens and what they did well offensively. But I wanted to talk about Daniels as we kind of looked at this game as a potential test for Washington to see if they can hang with the big dogs. And while they weren't able to win, I thought Daniels still had a really nice game in this one. They did a lot of really nice stuff. So, it wasn't all perfect, and we'll get into what went wrong at times as well. But yeah, let's just jump into it. Starting off with the play you see on your screen, this is going to be a 3rd down and 2 situation, and the Commanders have a concept designed to beat this cover 1 man play that the Ravens are in. They're going to have their 2 tight ends who are lined up towards the offense's right run just sort of over the middle, trying to clear out that area, just create traffic, as then they'll have a halfback run towards the flat, and hopefully he can get open. That's the way this play is designed to work. And when Daniels takes the snap, you're going to see that right here, it's working well. You have a halfback who's open. So again, 3rd down and 2, you're just trying to make sure you get the conversion right here. But I love the placement of this football. Watch Daniels completely lead his receiver. They can pick up a ton of yards after the catch. I mean, that's a huge play. Again, I think a lot of quarterbacks might rush that a little bit. You get the completion, but maybe only get to the 35-yard line or so because the halfback has to stop. Daniels leading the halfback forward gets them all the way inside the 20. So that's just again, really good play here by Daniels. This is what we saw a lot of, was just good, consistent plays. This one being another one, it's a zone coverage concept, and you see the route on the screen, just a curl route, just past the 1st down marker right here. There is a corner who's in the area, and watch how when Daniels takes a snap, he's going to look in that direction, fires in that direction, and right here, there's a window. But again, you're going to have really good ball placement right here. Terry McLaurin can make a tough catch, so you want to lead him out kind of towards the sideline, force McLaurin to make a tough catch, but there's not a huge window. However, again, Daniels really right on the money, really well timed. That's a 3rd down and 6, and that's a conversion right there. I mean, being able to hit on 3rd downs is huge, and being able to make the tough throws is huge, and Daniels able to do exactly that. This one's another example of that. It's going to be a 3rd down and 10 situation, and this is a really a huge play in the game. There's 14 minutes left in the game at this point. We're in the 4th quarter, and they're down 14 points. So if they're going to have a chance, they need to get the ball into the end zone right here. A field goal helps you a little, but doesn't really help you much. You need 7. The way this concept is designed to work is hopefully that over-the-middle route could get open against the zone coverage that the Ravens are in right here. Watch how when Daniels takes the snap, he looks over the middle, and as of right now, okay, is this open? I mean, it's tough, right? You're going to have to get past that Ravens player. It's not going to be a big window whatsoever. But again, really well-timed throw, gets it over there. Good tackle to prevent the touchdown, but Washington was still able to get into the end zone after this and make it a 7-point game. Really good stuff here by Washington, all across the board. Really by Daniels to be able to just make this throw and make it work. Also, some plays where the offense just as a whole was working really well. This one is going to be, again, it's a concept designed to get the tight end who's going to kind of fake as though he's going over the middle and then go more towards the left. That's the route Daniels is going to want to look towards right here. The deep shot, kind of trying to push secondary players further deep. Watch how when Daniels runs this play action, he looks and fires in that direction, and this is open. So it wasn't just tight windows. They were getting guys open. But again, even when you have someone open, you still see really perfect ball placement by Jayden Daniels. So you have not just like good stuff here, you have great stuff and consistent stuff, and that's what you like to see. Again, anyone in the NFL is capable of making a tough throw, but the fact that he's just consistently making the good throws, that's what you like to see. And consistently making the right decision. Like, okay, this one, again, a huge play in the game. You're down 10 points, just under 4 minutes left. It's a 4th down and 12. If you don't convert this, it's basically ball game. Not exactly, but I mean, you're probably going to need like an onside kick. You got to make this a 1-possession game after this drive. That's just what you have to do. And for Baltimore, they're going with an all-out blitz. And we saw Cincinnati try this and have it not go particularly well in that Monday Night Football game. Well, here, Daniels doing the same thing. Takes the snap. He's just going to fire one down the field, trusting his receiver, trying to give him a chance right here. So again, putting the ball in the right area. Regardless of what happens, this is the correct decision here by Daniels. And while the receiver Noah Brown is unable to make the grab, there was contact, which results in a big flag. It was funny where Nate Wiggins, the corner, went to celebrate, did a lengthy celebration only to realize he got flagged for it. Commanders able to convert. But again, it was more about just in my opinion, the good decision by Jayden Daniels, knowing where to put the football. It's good stuff. Now, going over here, it was not an entirely perfect day. There were some mistakes here made by Daniels, including this one, which is kind of an understandable mistake, but still, it's a 3rd down and 6. You have a receiver running, the route you see on the screen right here, could get into a gap in coverage. This is actually, once again, Noah Brown running this route, so okay, sure, let's see what happens. Well, first, it doesn't get open right away. Daniels looks over there and has to scramble out to try and get more time. Eventually does fire, and at this point, Brown is open, and I'm assuming what happened here was that him and Brown just weren't on the same page. They weren't fully aware of how this works. Again, it's a scramble drill, it's backyard football, you don't have a design this late into the play. And as you see, this ball goes over Brown's head. I think Daniels was expecting Brown to continue running. Brown stops, and because of that, it could have been intercepted. So got away with one there for sure. Again, these are the things you kind of have to clean up, and part of it is just getting more playing time and getting more playing time with these players. You could help clean that stuff up. But yeah, that was a negative. But really, when things were able to go poorly for the Commanders, when the Ravens were able to get stops, it was largely due to just kind of situations that Daniels hasn't been in a lot this season. Something like this. So it's a 2nd down and 12. This is, they are now continuing the drive after the penalty earlier. Still need 10 points to, win the game or to tie the game. So need a score here. They're still on the outside of field goal range. And for Baltimore, they're in a zone coverage concept. Watch as when Daniels runs the play action, he looks down the field and just doesn't love what he sees. So this is part 1 of this for Baltimore. They cover very well. They haven't done as good of a job this season at that, but very good job in this game, not giving Daniels the open windows that he's used to. But that's okay. Daniels can still win in other ways. Watch him scramble outside the pocket, trying to find a way to potentially run or still throw down the field, but nothing's really open down the field, and there's several Ravens players ready to tackle Daniels if he decides to run. So even this isn't a great situation. Daniels decides to take what he can, is able to gain 4 or 5 yards or so, but on a 2nd and 12, Baltimore will certainly take that. And for Daniels, I think he did everything he could there. I would still say this is a good play from Daniels, but the issue is, in previous games, his good plays were going for 20-yard passes. Now his good plays are going for 4-yard runs, and that's just a big difference, and that's how Baltimore was able to get some stops here. Played really good defense, and definitely a test for Daniels, but a test I thought he passed. I thought this was a very good game by Daniels and the Commanders, and of course, at a certain point, they don't want to just play competitive football against the good teams. They want to be able to beat the good teams. Unfortunately for them, this might be the one real big test they get until the postseason. I guess fortunately and unfortunately, because obviously you'd like to rack up some wins. But outside of the divisional matchups they have, which they got a couple of tough teams in their division, or at least teams that have played good, like the Eagles and the Cowboys. But then you have the Bears, who could be interesting, the Steelers, who could be interesting, still on the schedule, the Saints, who it's late in the season, maybe they'll be healthy, the Falcons late in the season. But as a whole, in terms of like the top tier teams, this is kind of their one big test they had this season. And like I said, weren't able to get the victory, but played very well, I thought, in this one. So yeah, that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.